Hi everyone, and welcome to this video today where I'm going to share with you some tips on how you can track your progress for weight loss. So a lot of people get very confused and they don't know what's the best way to track progress, and it's very important for you to be able to work out what way actually suits you best, because everybody is different. So I want to go through with you today the sort of different methods that there are that you can use to track progress, and then what I want you to do is really choose which one you think is actually going to suit you best, okay? So the first one is, of course, using the weighing scales. Now, if you've read anything about my own story, I'm not a huge advocate of jumping on the scales, simply because for me, I was very, I got to a point where I was very obsessed with it. So I was doing it every single day, and really the scale determined my mood for the day. So for example, if I weighed myself and I had gained weight, then I would feel very disappointed. I'd feel like a failure. I'd feel like, no, I wasn't doing enough. And then, if I lost weight, I would be like, yeah, happy days, everything's great. But I think that's not really a very healthy way to, to be sort of tracking your progress, or to be so heavily focused on the scale. Because if you're so focused on the scale, there's always going to be ups and downs, and it's really going to throw you off. However, I do know that some people, they get motivated by jumping on the scale, and that's totally fine. You have to look at it from this perspective. If you see a little bit of yourself in me and you think, oh yeah, like I'm jumping on the scale too much, and it's really impacting how I feel, it's making me feel rubbish actually, then I would say to you, maybe jumping on the scale is not the best way for you to actually track your progress, okay? And so you'll maybe try the other methods, because that will actually make you feel better. If you're somebody that says, well, no, actually weighing myself gives me that bit of a kick up the bum that I need, then you can do it. But my only thing is that don't do it every single day, because first of all, your weight, it changes every day, with our hormones, our water, stress. There's so many different things that will contribute to our weight fluctuating, day by day. So actually weighing yourself every day is never going to give you a very accurate estimation of where you're at. So the best thing to do is pick one day throughout the week, or maybe it's at the weekend, for example, a Sunday morning. Weigh yourself every single Sunday morning at the same time before you've had anything to eat, and then just sort of keep going with that. Don't keep it to one time per week, and don't sort of try and do it, throughout the week, just, out of curiosity. Really try and stick to that, and then I think, okay, that's fine. So that would be the first thing. You really have to see how you feel with weighing yourself, and be okay with saying, I don't really feel super comfortable weighing myself, and actually I have a previous history of it not making me feel very good, and it actually, it hinders my progress, because then I feel like I'm not working hard enough, and then I don't want to continue. So there's other ways to track your progress, so don't feel like you have to do the scale, okay? And be okay with stepping away from the scale. Like at the moment, I have no idea what I weigh. I don't have a scale at home. I don't want one at home, because I will see my progress in, other ways. And with me, I had a very obsessive relationship with weighing myself. So it had to come to the point where I had to say, okay, like enough is enough of that, basically, and look at my progress in a different way. Okay, so my next tip is to use progress photos. And this is a little bit daunting for people, I know, because like when we are not feeling comfortable in our own body, the last thing we want to do is actually stand in front of the mirror, not wearing very many clothes, and taking a picture of ourselves. But, it can also help motivate you, because then you can actually see what's what, and, it will be amazing, for you to have that photo on the day that you started, and then to have that photo, maybe like 2 months later even, and you can see the differences. Like being able to actually visualize it, like actually see it, is so amazing, and it's great for confidence as well. And it shows you things that you maybe wouldn't see just by looking at yourself on a daily basis. So you could take a progress photo, every week, say for example, a Sunday morning, wearing maybe the same clothing so that you can really see the difference as you go along. So that's really good, and I know it may be daunting, as I said at the beginning, but you're on a journey and things will change. And don't be afraid of what you see in the mirror. It's okay. Be comfortable with yourself and know that you're actually taking steps to change. And you will be so grateful when you can actually compare the however many photos you have, and you can think, whoa, like look what I've actually done. It's a really incredible feeling. So that's also a good thing. My third tip is measuring. So if you're somebody that is working out a lot, maybe at the gym, I would really tell you to ditch the scales and to actually, you can use progress photos, or you can measure yourself. So always remember that muscle weighs more than fat. So if you're gaining more muscle because you're working out, there's a chance that your weight may increase or the weight may not go down. And that's when people get super frustrated, because they think, like, I'm eating good, I'm working out in the gym, but the scale is not moving. And the scale is not moving because you're actually gaining muscle, and muscle weighs more than fat, okay? So that's also another reason why I don't weigh myself anymore either, because I have a lot of muscle now, so I would actually weigh more than what I would want to, basically. So have a think about that as well. If you're somebody that is working out a lot in the gym, weighing yourself is probably not going to be a great idea. What you can do is measure yourself. So you can maybe get someone to help you at the gym to do that, so you can know, okay, where's the right areas to measure yourself, and then you can do it every single week, the same as the other ones as well. And my fourth tip is you can just use your clothes. Like, clothes are, of course, a really great way of knowing how we're going, because like if your jeans are getting looser, okay, this is going in the right direction, happy days, this is what I want. So if you're feeling like before you've been very stuck on progress, and you're really being very obsessed maybe with it, and you feel like maybe it was never serving you very well, then I would say a great thing to do would be a little bit more lighter on this and think, okay, well, I'm just going to use my clothes as a gauge into how I'm going. And your clothes will always tell you, so if you sort of want to relax that in a sense and not feel so like, okay, you have to have this every week and it has to be like that, and you want to just think, oh no, I'm just going to use my clothes, and that's okay, you can also do that, okay? And the final method that you can use is going on feeling, okay? And a lot of people are afraid to use their own feeling, but I think that this is a great way to track your progress, because how you're feeling is a very important thing. And when you are overweight, generally we don't feel very good on ourselves. But say for example you have like 3 weeks of eating healthy, getting some exercise in, you're going to be feeling good, and it's not all about the weight either. It's also, how do you feel in yourself? Like, are you starting to feel confident? Are you starting to be able to wear the clothes that you wouldn't normally wear? Are you starting to feel healthy? Are you starting to feel fitter? Is your self-confidence starting to build up? So you can, just pick up on these feelings that you have, and that can be enough to keep you motivated, because you're going in the right direction. This is making you feel good. You're benefiting from, living a healthy lifestyle, and that's enough. And that's really super important. So you can think about that as well. So what I would advise you to do is think about the different methods that I just described. So we have the scales, we have the photos, we have the measurements, your clothing, and then feeling. Okay, and my only advice to you is don't forget about the feeling. Don't forget about the work that you do every single day, and don't always be so focused on the big weight loss goal, because there'll be so many things that you'll be doing every single day that will be taking you in the right direction, and it may not always be shown by a measurement or a number on the scale. Okay, so have a think about that, and let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if this video is helpful for you, and I will see you soon in another video. Take care. Bye.